Hey guys, Jonah here, back on a Monday with another beer review. And today we're going back to Spain. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. And as you probably saw, we are doing one from, where is it? There we go, over there. Arratia, Guadalajara, which is over near Madrid, kind of northeast of Madrid. So we're over there. We're pretty much in the central lands of Spain, and we're doing this bad boy. It just says Porter, and it's Cervezas Arriaca or Aracha. Yeah, my Spanish pronunciation is not so good. My English pronunciation is not that good. Anyway, it's a porter beer, which I love, and it's 5.5%, which I also love. The spider diagram over here is kind of skewed towards the malty side, which is always good in my book, especially with things like porters. It says deep dark red beer with hints of roasted coffee, chocolate and nuts. This porter is medium bodied with coffee nuances and a creamy lasting head. We shall see. A beer to enjoy on its own or alongside a dessert, especially one with biscuits and chocolate. We've got pale malt, Munich malt, chocolate malt, Carafa speciality malts. So that's probably Carafa number 3. I think is the bad boy. There's also two special, etc., which is pretty damn cool. Here is the can. Now, oh, is it going to focus on that? I mean, there's not much that it says, is it? It's just the name. Aracha, Cerveza, Porta. Come on, guys. At least focus on it, dude. Come on. Focus. Focus, pocus. Oh, it kind of focused for a second there. But what I was going to say is, look, some dents in the can. Oh, now you're focusing. Now we're focusing on the dents. There's another one there. There's a little one there. The dented, man. What's that all about? So it's had hard life in its travels from Spain over to the UK. Cerveza Negra, Especialón de Fabricación Artesana. So it's artisan, mate, innit? Artisan. Artisan beer, innit? Craft beer, that's what they call it over here, innit? Craft. Yeah. Some people are just crafty, selling us normal beer for very expensive prices. Well, that's how I feel sometimes. Anyway, we have the tulip glass. Let's get this bad boy open. I did a pressure test there because it has been bashed around quite a lot. So let's hope that, yeah, it has not been damaged. Come Right, let's get this bad boy into a glass. Happy Monday, dear viewer. It has been a bit of a weird weekend and an even weirder Monday. But it's time to have a beer. Wow, look at that. It does have quite a head on that bad boy. Right, see if we can do... Wow, that is a proper head. Let's look at the head. Be bemused by the head. Oh dear. You'll see that I've managed to mash something up into the thumbnail. Now, if you look right at the bottom, no, it doesn't look... Looks a little bit different from me to you, but I can definitely see down here for me, it's looking like a nice red colour. Whoa, he says, almost knocking things everywhere. The head's gone down a bit, but that's a good finger and a half, which is always good. And they said that the head will last. So we shall see, dear viewer, we shall see. I like the colour of it. That is just kind of off-white. It's one of those samples that everyone paints on the side of their house or the side of a room. That's what I meant. When you're choosing a certain colour schemes, testers, whatever you call them. So I'm getting coffee, but not real full-on roast. more mellow coffee. I'm also getting some kind of like a chocolate sweetness, which is kind of separate to the coffee. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, dear viewer, cheers to you, cheers to Monday. Let's see what we get from this beer, hey? Oh no, it is coffee first, but then it does go into that. It's weird. It's a cross between coffee bitterness and real bitter dark chocolate bitterness. And what I thought was going to be sweet, it's not sweet. It's quite dry, which is nice. And for a beer that's 5.5%, that's quite interesting. I like that. It is a little watery. The body is not kind of as thick as certain other beers, perhaps. But then we've kind of been spoilt lately. It doesn't. I don't think it says. Oh no, it does say so. Water, barley, hops, and yeast. So no other things added, unless they've forgotten to put it on the label. Sometimes, yeah, breweries they give us what we want to hear, but they're the secret ingredients that they don't put on there. Bit naughty, really, but hey, it is what it is. Let's dive in for some more. I have even got a timeline of sorts, which I'm happy to see. But that head that wasn't going anywhere has all but vanished. It's just sort of a halo on the side of the glass. Um, so yeah, whoever wrote that review in the Ferment magazine, maybe they were keeping their fingers crossed, shall we say, to some degree. Right, let's dive in for some more. Oh, another line there, slightly bendy line, which is yeah, I don't mind that at all. Yeah, we're getting into it now. Now getting some of the malty kind of actual malt sort of flavors. So it's sort of yeah, it's nice. It's getting a bit more gritty now. Maybe because I'm going towards the bottom of the glass. I usually find that kind of thing. But now I'm getting if you have a coffee in a restaurant through a proper machine, not an instant coffee. And as you get towards the bottom of the glass, you find there's a bit of ground gone through the filter, and you're kind of picking kind of bits up. That's what the taste is like, but just without the big chunks of stuff. I think there are any chunks. Hey, we'll find out in a minute, won't we? Ooh, quite well carved, but just the head, for whatever reason, has not hung around. Which is a bit of a shame, really. I had high hopes that this one would be. I mean, the classic is Guinness, and obviously they are doing weird things with nitrogen, as I've talked about on my channel before. Um, but sometimes you get a beer where the head lasts all the way to the bottom of the glass, and we're not even 10 minutes in, so a 10-minute fresh beer, shall we say, freshly poured beer at most, because I did, like I always do, a little intro to my videos, which I hope you find interesting. Oh, by the way, if you are finding this interesting, why don't you click like? Do it now. It only takes you a second, but it does mean the channel goes up a little bit in the YouTube ranking. So if you wouldn't mind, thank you. Click like, and if you do like this, why not join the John Army by clicking subscribe, and then you'll never miss one of my videos. We had a supermarket Sunday yesterday, and I think we're going to have one next week too. Whoa. Getting, yeah, almost a sweet bitterness now. And I think that's what I had in the aroma right at the beginning. I was saying that there was this sweetness to it. But I didn't get that. It was quite dry to start with until I got to the bottom. So, like I say, gravity does have an effect on beer, um, which is cool. You know what? Maybe I might do an experiment. I'm up for a bit of experimentation. Um, Maybe I'll buy two beers, not this one, obviously, but I'll store one that way up, maybe for a month. I'll store the other one. I don't want to pour just in case there's any little drips. You know what I mean, inverted. So I'll store the other one. We'll do a taste test. So one that's been stored upside down and one that's been stored the right way up. I want to see if they drink the same down the glass. And it must be like a hazy beer or a kind of heavy, like a thick beer. Just a lager, it's not going to make any difference. But something with a bit of substance. Next time I get a beer that actually has some substance, I'm going to buy two more, and we'll do that kind of taste test. I think the results might be interesting, but then maybe inverting the can and then putting it upright, maybe it'll circulate things even more. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but yeah, if I open it upside down, it's just going to piss out everywhere, isn't it? There must be a way of kind of doing it, or drawing the beer from the bottom. You know, like in a draft keg, if that makes sense. Your beer is not often. Sometimes they have floating, what's called a floating dip tube, but most of the time there's a tube like a straw that goes right to the bottom. So when you draw off the beer, it's drawing it from the bottom, and obviously in the main part of the keg, the beer level goes down, but you're actually drawing down your dip tube all the way from the bottom. So you're going to pick up some of that heaviness, aren't you? Anyway, waxing lyrical. I've only had one 5.5% beer so far this evening, but I might have some more. You never know. This has been Uncle Jonah. Cheers and beers to you all. Welcome to another week. We're in March. We're in spring now. So we shall see what we get. Join me tomorrow. Definitely doing a new beer review. Actually, I'm doing another beer. It's a lighter beer this time from the same brewery. So we've had the dark beer. Let's see what the light beer's like. Guys, cheers and beers. We'll see you real soon for more beer reviews.